Is it working? It's working! How do I sound? This shirt looks so bright. What the fuck? Okay. It doesn't look that bright in real life. What's happening? The camera's doing things. I guess it's up against a black background. Okay, can you hear me okay? I have the little bug on. Hello? Hi. It's a bug. It's a bug's life. It's a simply bug's life. How are we doing? I also can't read. It's so far. I don't even need glasses. I've been told I have 20/20 vision. But the computer is far. Chat, come closer. Thank you. It's a pretty shirt. Thank you, silly munchkins. Okay, I think audio is good. Perfect. All right. So you can hear me. You can hear me. You can see me. And yeah, today we're unpacking. The year is 2025, the month is March, and we are still unpacking from moving almost a year ago. When did I move? I think it was over a few months, but I'm roughly January, February, March of last year is when I moved. And here we are, March 1st. Guys, it's March 1st, February's over. Reality check, FYI, February's over, by the way, in case you didn't know that. And I'm still unpacking. It's been a year. And this is relatable. Like, I'm not special for not having unpacked after a year. So many people don't unpack different things, right? Like, I had boxes of books in our last house in which we lived for 7 years that never got unpacked. And we're just redirected to this house. So yeah, it is what it is. All right, welcome on in, everyone. Welcome to the mods, to the Menchie gang, to the cats, to the dogs, to your moms. I hope everyone has their tea today and their water, which I just texted Ben and said, hey, I forgot my tea and my water. Can you bring them downstairs? But today we are organizing / unpacking Holo Taco prototypes because I still have a few boxes of them. And this isn't stuff that's like coming out next or just came out necessarily. These boxes say here, this one says HT Protos 2023, including space. I need space. This one over here says HT Protos 2019. I didn't unpack in any reasonable order, I don't know. So yeah, let me just take a quick second and look at your member chats. Why is this here? Are we gaming? I wish I could just put away my shit like this. Anyone else? You could just like think it, just like go like this. Like, yeah, move that up, right, left, jump, jump. Too bad it doesn't work that way. RIP. Okay, I have to get my mouse, it's over here, so I can scroll to this page. Hold on, let me do that differently. Aurélie Joie! Hi, Simply. Today is my birthday. Happy birthday! I'm a 36-year-old lady. Happy birthday. Oh, I see a Ben coming in with my special delivery. Tea and water. Thank you, sir. We must stay hydrated on this mission. Do you want to help? Ben said no. The tea is just coming from off camera. Thank you, sir. All right, cheers, everyone. I'm drinking Simply Maple breakfast. What else? Sorry if you can hear me drink tea. The mic is too close. If only life was a game of unpacking, right? Hello, Christine. Painted my nails with Emerald City inside job and Menchie the cat. It's giving mermaid under the sea. Do you like the ocean? I mean, I like the concept of the ocean, but I don't think I physically want to be in it. Much, anyways. You know what I mean? I like the aesthetics of some like sea creatures under the ocean and how they like illuminate. Cheers. It's tea time. Apologies in advance for sipping. Like, I don't have a solution. The mic is here and I am going to drink tea over the next 3 hours. or however long we do this today. All right, everyone. Okay. Me. Stalling. Here we have a bunch of prototypes from Holo Taco. So here's how it goes. For every release, there could be 5 different shades we released, there could be 8, it depends on the launch. But for every shade that we released, there's several prototypes that we didn't go with. And that doesn't mean there's something wrong with them. It's most often the case that there's nothing wrong with the prototype nail polish. It's just really about colors, exact formulas we want, the spread of what's gonna be in the assortment if it's a mixed formula collection, trying to avoid overlaps with previous releases, and trying to find like, oh, let's tweak it there just to get it in that perfect spot because it looks better in the lineup. So it's really just like a series of different, slightly different polishes and prototypes, rather than like, oh, these failed, you know what I mean? Or they're not good. That's like a very rare bucket that almost never happens, and there's like usually some, I don't know, scientific cosmetic testing in that bucket. But for me, it's really about like, what formula do I want? What exact color? What's the undertone? Should we increase the opacity a little bit or maybe decrease it? And then I ask for that tweak. And so I have a bunch of prototypes that came before the final chosen selection. So a lot of work goes into releasing a nail polish, right? Like we just released Cottage Core, and Holo Swatchers and Royalty saw just a brief behind the scenes of like some of the shades, some of the baby pinks, the other purples, the other sage greens that we didn't go with. And it's not that there was anything wrong with them. It's just that we look at the whole palette and we're like, this one, or take this one and move it that way. Perfect. And so yeah, I just have a bunch of fully functional, great nail polish sitting behind me that no one else can have. This is me flexing. You think you have a lot of Holo Taco? Well, sir, I have a bunch of Holo Taco that wasn't even sold. Okay, I'm seeing super chats come in. Have I been attacked? Maybe. You didn't answer my question. Oh my God, it's a Mac attack. So 2 today. What? I only answer 1 at a time. What is this? Is the next launch on a Saturday, and how many toppers? I think we haven't discussed this before, and how about I just answer one of your questions, because I already answered one of them and you just don't remember. I think the next launch will be on a Saturday. And I already answered your second question, so I'm not gonna give you the answer again. You gotta go back to do your homework. Bad homework. First time I figure out how to use members chat. I'm wearing Happily Ever Aqua with black flakes. Love it. Have no idea. BS with me. Do you ever wear your prototypes for fun? Sorry, I know it's annoying. I have to walk off camera to use my mouse. I wonder if I can get a mouse pad over here. And then I could do this. Here's my mouse, but I don't have a pad. Can I just go like this? No, that doesn't work. Is my hand a mouse pad? No. I wear prototypes when I'm actively working on them to like figure out what I like, yes. But I don't wear past prototypes that are like collections done and gone. Like, why would I do that? Like, my nails are too occupied. They're too busy, you know, working on the next thing. So no, I don't do that. But if I'm really like imagining and thinking of an old prototype that I'm like, oh my God, I miss it, then I will probably just try and fit it in somewhere if I'm like that obsessed with it. Day 2 of humbly requesting a BB No Money collab. I don't know enough about this artist other than he became like a viral song meme for Gen Z. That's literally all I know. And don't give babies money. No money for the babies. All right, we already did some of this, right? So we have cookies and cremes, dark academia. I don't know if you can read some of my labels. Rock Candy, Birthstones, Royalty. These are just empty boxes where I slot in. I recycle a lot of my Holo Taco shipping container boxes because they're so perfect for just holding the polish like this. I actually turn them up rather than flattening them because then I can fit more on my shelf. And here's an example of, so this is Rock Candy, we've been over it, but this one is like Rock Candy Final. So on my final selections, I will do a red X on the label. So it's like me picking done. And then I know for record keeping purposes, records are very important, which one I went with. Amongst my prototypes are also a bunch of wheels where I swatch every prototype. And if I'm liking something or it's a contender, then I put them on my real nails, but I also like to keep a freshly swatched wheel of every prototype for reference, so I can go back to it and also just like see what the product painted like when I first received it. And if I'm ever thinking like, oh, well, there was this one prototype that we didn't go with for this collection, then it's really easy for me just to come down here to my basement, to my other corner, and like pull it, okay? So that's also why I keep all these. People often ask me, why do you keep all of these prototypes that aren't being sold or released? Like, what are you doing? Look around. And honestly, for me, I just like record keeping and having a point of reference. I like to go back in my files, my nail polish files, and be able to point to something so that I can give our product developer a reference if there's something close to what I'm thinking for a future collection that we've kind of done, but maybe I just want to tweak the color or it's a different formula. Or if I'm like, oh, remember that formula you made for this like one-off collection that we just didn't go with for whatever reason like 2 years ago? Yeah, can we do that? But it's helpful to have that reference so I can pull it and be like, yes, that's what I mean. And then send them the code so then they can associate it, you know, in their record keeping as well. So that's why I keep it. That's not the only reason. Okay, I guess I also just like keeping stuff. I think I'm also a hoarder. I don't know. Is this a problem? I don't think so. It's just kind of like a fun memory. It's like little trophies, you know? Like people collect all sorts of different things. And part of this is representative of like my life's work, I guess. So, I don't know. I guess I also like keeping it for that reason. It's fun to look at. You guys like it. And you just never know. What if I want one of these as a reference? I love your setup. Thank you. I'm wearing touch grass with the flower topper. I tried cottagecore, but I'm too extra. And I added scattered. That's perfect. You know, do what you want. Add whatever you want. The launch clock is giving secrets? Oh, it must be broken then, because like I didn't set it to anything. Look around at how lucky we are to be alive right now. Yes, that's really what I mean. Just like, how lucky am I to be alive? So I'm gonna keep all my nail polish, thank you. Okay, let's get to work. Anyone remember this? It broke its tail in the move. I still haven't put it up. I was thinking of putting it right here, right? That would be perfect. But I don't know, I gotta like get a hammer or whatever. Okay, so I don't know what this is. I'm just not gonna deal with that for now. This is kind of a temporary holding pattern. Let's see where you can see. Okay, so you can see as of here, that's fine, because I already populated that shelf. What are these random floaters? These are random floating unicorn skins. Ooh, I gotta figure out where they go. Sometimes I just throw things on the shelf when I don't know what to do with it. I might have to put on auto ISO. Hold on. We gotta go to auto. That might be too fucky, but at least it'll adjust. Ah! Okay, is it working? Auto ISO is still very bright. Well, what can you do? Okay. But see, these are very early unicorn skin prototypes, and I can tell based on like the labeling system, because this was so long ago, and it doesn't even say the year. This was like very early days. But yeah, this is galactic, lunar, and sonic unicorn skin at some point. This is a pretty simple prototype. It's just like one type of pigment in a base. It still needs to be made, and you know, ratios and whatever. So I think I've decided this section will be toppers, and I have glossy taco and base coats, which all have prototypes. But I don't see where I put unicorn skins. Am I crazy? I have shimmers here. Maybe I just like didn't unpack them yet. Okay, that's also possible. So I'm gonna just temporarily sit them there to figure it out. The setup is too fucky to see anything. What do you want me to do, man? It's the basement. The ISO is gonna at least be auto, so it'll change now. But it is making me glow. I'm not actually glowing that much. It's just the lighting, okay? To be clear. Ooh, magnetics. This is Menchie. Here, let's see how this looks up close. Menchie cat eye, Zyler cat eye, and cool cat mom. Okay. You probably can't even like, oh, you can kind of see a difference. There, see? There's an appreciative difference between some of the Zyler cat eye colors. There were some that was a little like golder, yellower, and some that were lighter copper. That one had the most flex, I think. Menchie was like, no, it has to be exactly this. But I think we totally nailed it with Zyler and Menchie. And these were the 3 finals, if you recall. So me putting the little X is like done. And Cool Cat Mom came back, so there you go. Happy birthday. So let's these are royalty, and this is declassified part 1. So disorganized. Okay, so put royalty over here. Let me just unpack the magnetics while I'm doing that. Where am I putting magnetics? I have our first magnetics down there, so I could just put them there. Maybe I'll do them beside. How old are your cats now? Zyler is like 17 and Menchie is 12. My children are so old. They're so grown up. Okay, well, that's not the cat's magnetics. This is I need space. What? Stop confusing me. I didn't pack this in order. They're probably just like underneath. Okay, this is all I need space. Maybe I have to pick up I need space to reach the magnetics. These are Holo Barista. Girl! These are I need space. Oh yeah, the gray space junk that we didn't go with. Okay, I'll get to that in a minute. These are Holo Barista. I'm just trying to collection separate them. That's space. This is royalty? Royalty? The first royalty. Okay, here. Nope, that's space. Here we go. These are Cat's Magnetics in their cartons, which I also keep the cartons. I probably have more than one carton somewhere. Yeah, here's some of the Magnetics Protos. You can't tell they're magnetic just looking in the bottle unless you magnetize it. But yeah, B-Day 23 Magnetics. Let's put them down here. That was probably the final box. That one didn't have many prototypes in terms of like, let's explore a palette and then narrow it down. That one was like, nope, Menchie's cat eye color, Zyler's cat eye color, and I always knew I wanted a blue and purpley pink magnetic. So the direction on that one was easier. It really just depends on the collection. Sometimes it's easy to be so specific with what you want, and then other times it's like, I kind of just want to see what we can do in this range. And then we'll narrow down, you know what I mean? It's tough for the product developer. I'm sure they like it when I'm more, exactly this, which I try to do as much as possible. But sometimes part of the creative process, depending on the range, is seeing like, what can we do here? And then you have to see what works. That's how I see it anyways. Okay, the rest is some loyalty. Here's more B-Day magnetics, and here's some unit cartons, single carton packaging samples. These are different versions of Cool Cat Mom. That's a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And there's some I already put down 10. Did I do 10 of Cool Cat Mom? Maybe I did. See here. See all those blue and purple ones? Those are all different prototypes. And like, I think most people just like going like this would be like, they look the same to me. There is a slight difference. The variations were things like, this one includes blue reflective glitter, this one doesn't. This one has a higher ratio of scattered holo. This one has a deeper blue jelly base. Like, it's things like that that you may not notice, but do change, I think, a little bit of the experience. But to me, these are all extremely very similar. It was just more about perfecting it to what I was like, oh, this one is perfect. But no meaningful change in the color or the magnetic pigment itself, which are pretty set in just how they exist, generally speaking. You can't really change it. Here's some cartons. This is kind of fun. Do you guys like packaging prototypes too? I have a whole other room of those. We're not going there. These are just different versions. See how the color is slightly different? So with packaging, whether it's a box or these unicartons, our packaging designer will pick like a Pantone color that matches, maybe it's the polish, maybe it's the vibe. But sometimes when you send something to a printer and then you introduce other variables like a holo film on top, which is what a lot of our cartons have on top, the way it prints can actually just look different. So you can't just be like, yeah, this color on the computer or the Pantone swatch is perfect, because it's probably not gonna look 100% the same. So that's why we'll send like a couple different Pantones in that range, because it's gonna print different and you never really know until you sample it. So I think a good example is like the Menchie ones. So see, these read totally different. Like one looks like lime green and like not like the sagier magnetic color that is Menchie. But I bet you when this Pantone was selected, it looked totally fine, but it's just like, it really depends how it prints and the compounding effect of putting holo on it, which sometimes brightens and lightens something and makes something look a bit like lighter than normal. So yeah, I want to go there. Where? My house? You wanna go to my basement? And same with Zyler, right? That one we didn't want it to be too pumpkin orange, so. It is a process of sampling, testing, seeing what works. You're never gonna get it right on the first round. Well, that's not true. Sometimes you luck out and you're like, perfect. But that's also part of why things take so long, because you go through different rounds. You know you're gonna like wanna test different things, and then you might have to go back and try again. That is very interesting. Yes. You should frame them all together for an art piece. Okay, that's kind of a fun idea. Yeah, I don't really do anything with them. I just keep them with their prototype siblings. Tyler's already living down there. Yes, Tyler lives in the other room. We love all prototypes, polishes, cartons, collection boxes, and other HT products. It's so fun to see it all. Yes, yes it is, I love it. Okay, so these were birthday magnetics from 2 birthdays ago. How old am I? So I'll put the finals on top. And there's gotta be another one. That's space, space, space. Doo-doo-doo. Okay, maybe not. If I find it, then I know where to add it. Okay, let's go with Holo Barista next. This one gives me nightmares. Like, it was so worth it because the Holo Barista collection, as you know, is one of our best-selling lines. It is a collection of different neutrals. That is our crushed holo formula, which people love, and a range from like a super light beige to a deep espresso. And I think people like it for 2 reasons. One, the formula is so beginner friendly and it's sparkly. So it's like, ooh, sparkles. Even if you don't really appreciate the difference between different types of sparkles or holo, it just still looks fun. And 2, it's wearable for those who need to wear something a little more low-key, let's say, because of their work or just their general sense of style. And it's okay, not everyone wants to wear like hot blingy hot purple all the time, right? There's gonna be people who want a neutral moment, but it's also got that Holo Taco sparkle. So I think that's why our Holo Barista set still continues to do so well, like 3 years after release. Has it been 3 years? It was released in January. 3 years ago? Wait, my dates of these prototypes say September 2022. Wait, so that means it was released in January 2023? Okay, so it's only been 2 years. Whatever. Time is a construct. Anyways, this set had a record number of prototypes because we really wanted to make sure that we were nailing undertones in a limited number of polishes ultimately released. Like, we didn't want to cannibalize the collection itself by releasing 37 different undertones. I just thought that that was like not necessary and people would decide they only needed 5. So we decided to just release 5, but had to strategically pick what 5 though, ranging from light to dark and trying to switch up the undertone with every one that we picked. So that was a big process and so many prototypes. This probably isn't even all the wheels, but here. Since this is 2 years old, Holo Royalty won't mind. I also painted them on single swatch sticks so I could line them up. Where did I put those? Like, I had this whole set on single swatch sticks so I could like create a line and then swap them in and out and decide what to go with. Anyways, I'll find them eventually. I thought I put them, yeah, well, life is a mess. What can you do? But here you go. Let's pull an example. Here, these are both full of Barista. Look at all these. Right, so that would be like kind of a yellower undertone, dark brown. Oh, that was the final, I guess, of Haute Couture. Oh, this is some of the finals. Final for Blushed Ice. Final for I Need I Say Mocha. This was a we didn't go with this one. This one was probably more caramelly. Another one somewhere in the middle. Slightly oranger undertone in that one. Yellower undertone. Just looking at the bottle isn't going to be like the most representative. You really want to paint it on the nail and, you know, make these determinations. I'm just generalizing. But yeah, so much went into that one. So much work, yeah. All the dark browns, yeah, espresso your holo is that one. You know, it's funny, when we did focus group testing for that one and we had different people of different skin tones like try out the ones that were our finalists and get their opinions, we found that most people really liked the lightest one and the darkest one. I just found that interesting, how it was like very, I like half the people were like, I like the darkest one, and then half the people were like, I like the lightest one. And then the middle ones were a bit more split. They were splitting the rest of the votes, which I guess makes sense. You know, if you're looking for something that's contrasting, then maybe statistically that makes sense. I don't know. I actually like, fun fact, I hope this impacts the sales. No. My favorite of the Holo Barista is actually the middle one, Holo Cappuccino, like the one smack in the middle, which on me reads a bit darker, but not super contrasty like espresso. So yeah, I don't know. The Holo Cappuccino has like a little bit of a reddish undertone, almost like cinnamony, and I really like it. And the name is just so good, Holo Cappuccino. It makes me think of that video that me and Ben did where we recreated the viral Holo Cappuccino and drank it and didn't die. So yeah, that's my favorite of the collection. What's chat's favorite? I can't do a poll, I'm too far, but of the baristas, which one do you reach for? Assuming you have all 5, what do you often reach for? I feel like there's a difference between having a first impression of like, this one's for sure, but if you got the entire set, maybe you found you're actually reaching for a different one than what you thought you would be. A lot of people saying blushed ice, espresso, blushed ice, haute couture, espresso. See, look, you're proving my point. It's either the darkest or the lightest. Blushed ice was like the second lightest, but I only have espresso. I skittle, yep. That's great too. They look so good in a skittle. Holo Cappuccino for sure. Yes, one Holo Cappuccino. Yeah, I love that like middle of the road one. Mocha, okay, we got one. Thank you, Maud, just showing some love for mocha. Oh, there's a few need I say mochas. You're just copying each other now. All of them. All right, okay. Let's continue. Let's put them away. Wow, I'm just talking now. Okay, I don't know why these cremes are in here, but I will move them out. That is not Barista. Okay, Barista's gonna go down here, and she is not labeled properly, so we will label her after. Why is this here? This is not a nail polish. This is a background that you're not supposed to see yet. Why did I put it here? Don't mind me. My life is a set. Okay, let me put this somewhere. Oh, I found the Barista sticks. Here. These were all the sticks. Swatch stick prototypes. Look at that. I don't generally like to paint it on these single sticks because then I lose them. But for this collection, I wanted to be able to like swap in, swap out really easily. other collections, you don't really need to do that as much. Okay, let's put away I Need Space, because that's what I seem to have a lot of, just occupying this space. So I Need Space was last year, first launch of the year. These were all I Need Space protos. Okay, we did actually do a lot for that. Here. I Need Space, anyone? So Holo Royalty and Swatchers have seen most of these already, over a year ago. But with this collection, I had, on my initial mood board, there was like a space junk gray, like in the name probably would have been like space garbage, space junk, or garbage orbit, or like something like that. But it just wasn't giving. Like, it was kind of ugly. Like, if I had to be honest with myself and be like, okay, it's not working. I'm trying to find the wheel of all of them. Where did it go? I literally just saw it. I can't find anything. But yeah, the team is also gonna be honest with me that it just wasn't working. So we didn't end up releasing it. And I'm trying to find a wheel that I just pulled out, but now I can't. But anyways, this was me hypothesizing what the collection would be before it was final. And I was trying to force in like a gray junk color. It was a little bit of a, milky is the wrong word, but it did have a little bit of a crelliness to the gray, with like, just throw different pigments in it. So in some of these there was multi-chrome, silver flakes, and holo, trying to like a satellite fucking crashed. But I don't know, it wasn't reading. People were just like, it's kind of just like dirty. The idea was perfect, but it just wasn't translating. So, and I appreciate honest feedback. So we didn't end up doing that. Instead, our kind of like accent color that wasn't warm was Alien Infatuation, which became a really good seller. So that was a good decision after all. Girl, give her to us. I gotta find the wheel that I literally just pulled at the beginning of this stream and was like, oh, those are all the great ones. But it's not in here. Now I'm crazy. That's some of them, but I had a wheel where I had like 17 fucking space junks on them. Anyways, here's some of them. And in some of these, there was even different larger hex glitters. Like there was diamond-shaped silver glitters just to like add a piece of junk. There was multi-chrome flakes. But some of it's getting a little bit coated over because of the gray crelly, but you also wanted it to be a gray color. I don't know. I tried so hard. I went through so many prototypes of making space junk work. It just didn't work. It didn't work. Gimme yes. Smoke show vibes? Not really. I considered the space junk was like a lot lighter than smoke show, and it wasn't really just glitter. Like it had silver flakes, scattered tiny holo, multi-chrome colored flakes, like to give it some weird garbage colors. But sometimes things just don't translate, and you gotta accept your fate, and you gotta take space from things that aren't working out. Okay, so here was a lot of the warm tones, which was the point of I Need Space. I Need Space 2. Okay, there wasn't 2 collections. I don't know why. I think I just wrote 2 for the box. This one just says space. Wow, in the same box. But the point was to do like, let's do a collection that is warm-ish, but kind of suits an anti-Valentine's Day mood without using the word Valentine's. So I Need Space, thank you very much. And is a trip to extraterrestrial whatever that isn't like so on the nose outer space collection, which at the time I didn't want to just do like an outer space collection that has like violet and blue and green and celestial lights, because that to me was just more obvious. So I Need Space was a little like different, like more Mars landscape, more like warm terrains. This one didn't work out. Yeah, you can tell why. It has a nice shimmer in it, but would she sell? Probably not. These were prototypes for I'm Rover It, which everyone liked a lot better. She just glows nicer. This one was just too orange, we felt, from my memory. Like, I'm not really looking at the code or my notes. I'm just being like, oh yeah, this one was too pastel. This one was almost more like Ocean Vacation rather than Mars vibes, personally. Thought it was more like orange pearly, so it didn't really suit. But that's okay, you go through a lot. There was a ton of what became Or Bite Me. So a lot of dark reds, crushed holos, some that were leaning a little more plum, but we wanted to not just do plum again. Oh, you guys are gonna be mad. We did have a formula that was kind of like great, but it was like a desaturated plum brown. This one was more purple, but then we were like, no, stay away from too much purple. Okay, this one was nicer. I kind of want to release this one today. Where is it on a swatch wheel? Guys, I'm getting distracted. I don't know where to put it, but what was that? Oh yeah, I did have it in one of my idea finalists. Look, it was this one. Something like that. So it's not technically a chrome, but it's a fine metallic, kind of like Great, but it was like a plum brown burgundy. I loved it. But we just felt like you couldn't do that and Or Bite Me and waste of space. It's just too much of the like kind of cool colors, and that was not the point of the collection. Yeah, I don't know where to put it though. That's kind of the challenge. What kind of collection could I put that in? I mean, it could go with fall. It can easily be injected into something for fall, but what we have planned for fall, I don't know if it could work. Give her to us. Declassified 3. It could just be, if I can't figure it out, I'm just putting it in Declassified, because I really like that one. Look, here's different versions of it. You can tell how they were all too similar color-wise to release the pearly ones, or the metallic ones, and Or Bite Me. So see the one with the red X, that's Or Bite Me. And so we couldn't have released the shiny one in the same collection, because people would be like, they're exactly the same. They're not, it's a different formula. But I do like that formula in this color. I think there's something like, yeah, it's not hollow, but it's sickening. Who am I, Manny MUA? Oh my God. It kind of is like a nice fall lipstick shade, you know? 65 is gorgeous. That's just a crush hollow. That's almost the same as Or Bite Me, just a little bit lighter. It's from this angle, it's harder to see exactly the formula, but you are gonna see like the color, right? Okay, let's put them away before. Hello? Oh no, no, I'm falling from space. Let's put them away before you give me too many ideas to put into Declassified, and then the Declassified 003 becomes a collection of 12. Let's do I Need Space right here because I have Vacation there, and I feel like they have similar vibes in terms of what we were trying to do with it. Like, you take a trip to go to vacation, you take a trip to space. I mean, I'm never taking a trip to space. No, thank you. That's the last thing I want to do. That's not on my bucket list. Does anyone actually want to go to space? What did Ben do? Send him to space. Like, now with technology and whatever, like, maybe it'll be possible to go to space, but I don't want to go. Like, I have zero interest. Is it just me? Oh, here's all the space junks. RIP, I could have seen this in real life. See, it just looks kind of like dirty in the bottle. That's what I was worried about. Like, they look better under a microscope, but that's not what the point I was trying to make. Cover my face. See how there's tiny multi-chromes in it? There's like pink and purple multi-chrome in like silver shit. I tried so hard. What?
Should you be showing all of this?
I can do what I want, Ben. I'm just in my basement unpacking. Why can't I show? It's been like 2 years. I feel like there is a statute of limitations that has passed, you know what I mean? Like, I respect Holo royalty and Holo swatchers getting quick content related to the collection we just released, so they always get a behind the scenes of, and a close-up, like a better view of what's going on here. But they get like a clear view of prototypes we didn't go with right after release. This is 2 years old. Like, we've passed the statute of limitations. This is the court of law. Yeah, Ben's just trying to silence me. No censorship. No Bencership. Thank you. More space. More space. I will label them all after. Space had too many prototypes for what was just a 5-piece collection. Like, if I'm being honest, I feel bad that it had so many prototypes. Is this also spaced? No. That's, what was that? Holiday mixed? What? Oh, that was Afterparty. I just didn't label it properly. Holiday, okay, I'm finding some Afterparty, and then these were Declassified. Okay, just making sure I have all the space ones. Oh, I found another Holo Barista wheel. The wheels are a-turning. Holo Barista goes here. Okay, cool, so that was all I need space. Look at that. Okay, someone do math. 4 times 3 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 3 times 6. That's how many I need space prototypes there were. I can't do math when I'm doing anything else. Like, I can't do 2 things at once when it comes to math. When it comes to listening to a podcast and editing and painting, then I always do 2 things at once. But if I'm trying to do math, I can't do anything else. Can't talk, can't observe anything. Can only use a calculator. 78, nice. I love having a chat. Just answer my questions for me. Uh-oh, Becky thinks it's 96. Who is right? Limey says, I'm Holo royalty. I don't mind everyone seeing. If lots of people want a particular color, maybe we'll get it. Yeah, and I only do this like way later, you know? It's not really the same format. Okay, let's do royalty. Speaking of royalty, do you mind? Because I have to put it away. I could just say nothing and just shove them in the shelf. Up to you. It's the first royalty. How's that? It was Holo Royalty 2023. That was our first ever collection that we let the top tier of our customer loyalty program design. They are called Holo Royalty. And let me find their wheels. Let's put away the space wheels first, because they're just gonna fall over. Yeah. Holo Royalty Mind. You don't mind. We still want to see. Okay, I joined royalty this year. So let me find the relevant wheels. Okay, yeah, this was the very first Holo Royalty, 2023. So prototypes began in 2022. Here's 2 wheels that I had painted. Okay. Remember the green frosted metal you didn't end up getting, but that you got eventually as foiled again? With an improvement, it actually became a more saturated green than the original prototype. So sometimes things can get better. But yeah, this is what became Toe Beans, Royal Crush, and Glamethyst. And what didn't get released, because this is what you saw, this is what we made. Like, we made a lot more variations, but then narrowed it down to this for Holo Royalty to see. And then you never got this, but we kind of stole it for Inside Job the following year, but tweaked it a little bit more vibrant purple. So a version of it did get released, and then same with this, but we made it better and it became foiled again. And then the one that got away was this pale lavender crushed holo. R.I.P. I love that one too. She was pretty. I don't know what was wrong with you. Everyone says, I love crushed holo, give me crushed holo, but then she didn't win the votes. Royalty confuses me. Well, why is this mixed? This is mixed with Existential Crisis. That's not bad. I'm gonna have to reorganize that. That's not royalty, that's my birthday. Okay, take those out. I had your little swatch stickies. That was for your pictures, for your picture day. All right, do I already have anything related to royalty on the shelf? Yes, I do. I have royalty 24 here. So let's put royalty 23 beside. And then royalty 25. Well, you'll see it show up maybe later this year or next year in the prototypes. See, these are just empty boxes. Gotta move those. Who's excited for royalty 2025? You already know most of what you're getting because you voted for it. Is it fun, like, knowing what's gonna come out like 6 months before? Or is it kind of like you just get impatient because you mostly know? Because I could see that happening as well. You're just like, give it to me already. And then it's like, well, you can't just release it immediately. That's not how it works. Yeehaw! Weehaw, chat's excited. Okay, so we're gonna move. This was 24 that we already organized at some point in time. But I'm gonna move it over so I can put in chronological order. $23, $24. Give me some more. Can I fit it this way? Yeah, sure. Okay, that's better. Trying to maximize space here. You forget what you voted? Well, it'll be a surprise then. Okay, I have Holiday Mixed, which is Afterparty, but I think it was before it had a name, so I just wrote Holiday Mixed 2023. But I know what it means, so that's fine. Let's put holiday. Holiday. Well, I have underglow here, so maybe let's put it above. Yeah. Holiday. Holiday. These are overshadowed, slashed well, what became overshadowed slashed, well, that was a pretty one. This was like a lighter version of overshadowed. We didn't go with. But it's like a, almost like a pearly light blue. I kind of like this now too. Actually, people might think it's too similar to the March Birthstone Happily Ever Aqua. Yeah, I could see people thinking it's too similar to that. Even though it's not a linear holo, it has a similar color. Shut down. That's one thing I definitely rack my brain over way too much and overthink times 10 is like this perpetual hyper vigilance to thinking that people are gonna think it's similar to something. Like that's how I spend my time. I'm just like, no, what if they think this? Change it. I'm traumatized by comments. But that is the life of an influencer or just an internet person at all, I guess. Or any brand owner. These are Declassified. Ooh, sacrificial lacquer, hello. So yeah, different versions of the red magnetic. You can see some of them aren't that red. That's like a, not as red. Getting redder. That was a rose gold flake. And these were different greens that became foiled again because we have to re-prototype it. Even though technically we made it a year and a half prior for royalty, so much can change in a year and a half. Like the pigment supplier. Do they still exist? Does the same pigment exist? So everything has to be re-prototyped to current. Maybe that's a fun fact. Is that a fun fact or is that a boring fact? That even if I pull something that I'm like, oh, 2 years ago we did this, can we do it again? There is no like, yeah, exactly the same thing exists. We can make it 100% exactly because there's no way that same batch of pigment exists at scale 2 years later. Do you know what I mean? So you basically have to try and resource everything and dupe yourself. And just try and come as close as possible, re-record the new recipe. And that's just the name of the game when it comes to probably all cosmetics. I feel like that's a commonly understood thing in any types of cosmetics, like face color cosmetics too. They probably have to redupe themselves multiple times over different years just because of things being discontinued, formulas slowly changing from manufacturers or suppliers. And yeah, you wouldn't know it but that's what's happening. You have a way better memory than I would with all the dates of these polishes. Well, I write the dates, record keeping. Where do I put Declassified? I called it 12 days 2023 because we didn't know if it would, like I didn't know what to call it at the time. I was like, oh, I know I want to release some unreleased polishes during 12 days. But when we were first prototyping or re-prototyping these, I didn't know that creatively we would land on Declassified 001. Those decisions can come later because there was no packaging that needed to say it. So that's why also sometimes it doesn't really say. Like same with Afterparty, which did have a box. We did have to get there, but I think before that was finalized, I was just like, holiday, it wasn't final on the name. Sometimes as a collection shapes up, the name becomes more clear. And I just like stewing on it, just having a bit of time to be like, what should it be? What should it be? Until the decision does need to be made for labeling, packaging, copywriting. Like cooking? Oh, you mean with recipe ingredients, yeah. All right, so I'm just checking if I have any spots that look like it should continue from Declassified. maybe up here. I feel like I haven't used this section. So let's do 12 days, declassified. I'm gonna add labels to ones that don't have them, but I'll do them all once they're up there. So here for reference, this was Declassified. 001, the very first of us releasing our unreleased prototypes. Sacrificial Lacquer, 50 Shades of Greige, and Rose Gold Flake Taco have since been saved and remain in the catalog, so that's wonderful. RIP to Overshadowed and Foiled Again. 12 days of Christmas. Okay, this is random existential crises, just like me. I feel like I put some of these away before and I don't remember. So I just want to make sure I'm not putting things in two spaces, because that would be awful. Okay, I can't find it. So this is my holding pattern shelf. What is this? Oh yeah, these never saw the light of day. Should I show you? Probably not. I think I showed you this before, so it's fine. Gemstones. Yeah, that didn't happen. Look, the date is 2021. Okay, no one would buy this, be honest. Literally no one would buy this. Or this one. No, good thing we didn't release that. People would probably buy this, it's purple. Oh look, there was a gray. Yeah, so gemstones was something I wanted to do and we did work on it, but ultimately I just had a better idea, and that was birthstones. But birthstones was more ambitious and took more prototyping, because then there's fucking 12. So we changed things around and ended up just like not doing what I thought was a little more like, not boring, but just obvious. Kind of like if Space Collection was just like, here's a planet and here's outer space. Like similar to me trying to like push the theme a little harder. I Need Space became more Mars terrain, just a bit more of a unique take, I thought, to launch with as a space collection. And for the same thing with gemstones, I just thought it was kind of like obvious. So I did birthstones instead, and then that was a huge success. So I'm glad that I shelved gemstones and waited while we created the birthstones collection. That doesn't mean that I don't want to reignite the passion for these and the formulas and the color palette, but it'll be done in a different way with a different theme and not just as like gemstones. No insult or shade to gemstones. Like, don't misinterpret me. Like, as a concept, it's not bad. I'm just simply overthinking everything. All right, we have cleared this ladder that I can now climb up on. Not that I really need to. These shelves aren't too tall. Box 1, complete. Sorry if that was loud. All right, box 1 is done. I'm gonna take a quick pee out the tea break, and when we come back, I see light mode and other birthday collections. Woo. So fill up your tea and your water, and I will BRB. Let me know what ad you get. Hopefully it's an ad for, I don't know, IKEA or organizing. I'm back. Are we back? We're back. Back streets back. All right. Do 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 do. My childhood. No one can say I'm back without me thinking of that and this particular dance. Does anyone remember this? Fuck, I don't even remember. What music video was it? It was like their Halloween music video. That's just like drilled, burned into my brain as a 10-year-old girly. Same? Yeah. Cannot escape it. You rock that dance? Yeah, I don't even remember the rest of the dance, but I'm sure we did it in dance class. That and a lot of this. Anyone else do dance as a kid who is currently a millennial and it was only Britney Spears? And there was a lot of just like these. Like, why? Like, okay, there was the real dance moves and shit like these things and fucking whatever. But like, there was also just a lot of this and this, and I don't know why. And I don't know why I still remember them, yeah. But they were often moves done in like Britney Spears, Backstreet Boys, Christina Aguilera music videos. And then I remember my dance instructor would just like throw them in our routines. Just millennial things, I guess. Does anyone take dance class anymore? Like, is that a thing? Like, okay, sorry, I'm being dumb. Obviously, dance classes still exist, but I guess my question is, does anyone have statistics on the prevalence of people in the ages of 8 to 16 who take dance class recreationally currently versus 10 versus 20 years ago? Like, I would like a time-based study of the prevalence controlled for the population of that age group that exists. Go. Because when I was that age, like, I swear half the girls I knew did dance class. And it wasn't necessarily competitive dance or anything. Like, it was like recreationally, you would just get sent to go do that after school. Something so your parents didn't have to deal with you for another hour or whatever. But like, I don't know if as many people, proportionally young people, are being sent to dance class by their parents after school. Is that an accurate statement? Like, tell me if I'm just totally wrong. You take dance class? Nice. I live above a dance studio. As an early childhood ed teacher, I feel like the prevalence of gymnastics has risen. Really? Huh. Once you retire from Holo Taco, you can open the Bureau of Random Stats. I'd fucking love that. I love random statistics. I'd say the numbers of dance class partakers have been steady and maybe have increased, really? Because of TV shows. I guess, yeah, they're like, we didn't really have as much of those. For us, the dance influence was like musicians, like Britney Spears, like made it, every girl want to dance. It costs extra money, so no. So that would be a reason why it's on the decline, if it is. Because yeah, extracurricular activities usually cost money. I guess I'm basing my uninformed assumption on the impacts of COVID, stay at home, and presumably that decreasing even interest in some of these activities if you weren't doing it already. If you were doing it pre-COVID then, and you liked it, then maybe you want to find a way back to it, you know? But if you never got that chance, and maybe you just started your teenage life in COVID, you never really saw that as an option or a possibility. So I wonder if that has impacted it. Just a hypothesis, I have no data to support. And also, do you do this move? That or like a lot of this. I don't even know what they call this. COVID changed schedules. What have I missed? Absolutely nothing, I'm just talking. Okay, let's get back to work. We lost dancing. You know that song by Fred again? It's not really a song, it's well, it is a song. It's a remix of a woman whose name I can't recall, who gave a speech once about how we lost dancing as a result of COVID and stay at home. And then Fred again made a dance song about it. And it's just so funny, I think. We lost dancing, and like that's the only lyric. There you go. Fun fact, I chose that as my karaoke song once, and then realized there's no other lyrics. So I was just dancing around to We Lost Dancing. We lost dance. Okay, you get the point. These are pastel linears. Wow, that's a fucking throwback. Who remembers? Do you remember? Look how old. How old is this? Mint Mojito, where's procrastination? Probably doing doctor shit. Probably saving lives or whatever. Well, I have your OG Mint Mojito right here. It says mint on it. So old she is separated? Nail polish separates even if it's like a couple months sitting on a shelf. That's very normal. You literally just have to shake it. Okay, there's no label on this. What was I thinking? I have the rainbow linears over there, so I think I'm gonna put pastels with them because they're like the younger sister collection. Wow, these are dusty as fuck. I'm just gonna show you this for the colors. Like, how satisfying is this? That's OG linear rainbow Holos classics. RIP to the ones that didn't make it. But it's been like 4 or 5 years. Damn. Okay. Any other linears hiding in here? These are the wheels for the linears. Sure. What? Why is this a mix? Why are there cremes and linears? I don't like it. There's Julien prototypes in my linears box. Okay, we're gonna have to resort this. That was me packing in a hurry. And I was just like, shove everything somewhere. Okay, Julien, Bep Blue, Magical Mustache, Monstera. No, these are pastel, or there's Great. And I'm live, okay. Julien, you gotta go in your own box. You get your own box. And, oh, I can kind of fit, I only have 3 pastel linears. I don't need a whole box for that. So I'm gonna shove them in front. We have to optimize, don't waste boxes. Just like don't waste spoons. I don't like wasting cutlery in my own house. And I don't mean disposable cutlery, I mean metal cutlery that you can easily put in the dishwasher. I just like to use the same piece of cutlery. Ben makes fun of me all the time. Christine, do you think people watch your live stream on TV? Well, I know that it's a small percentage because YouTube will give me the statistics of people who watch on mobile, desktop, or TV or other devices, I think it's called. And that latter category is quite small. It's like, I forget the percentage, probably like 5%. But yeah, some people watch me on their TV, so hi, I'm on your national television. Simply national television. Is it weird seeing me on your TV? That's so weird. Like, what am I, like a news anchor? Electrostatic. That's another linear. What's this? A mixed bag? Okay, I don't like all these mixed bags. There's random multi-chromes in here. Chameleon coat, RIP. Random light mode. Okay, this has gotta stop. These are light modes. Go back here. Light mode. Light mode. Multi-chrome. Chameleon coat. Let's let her go. Cat's evasion. Okay, these are all OG multi-chromes. which are already over here. No, where'd they go? Who moved them? Oh, they're right here. Okay, perfect. Actually, I see an opportunity to merge. I love merging. Maximizing the space. You know, people always talk about like content optimization and like maximizing your revenue. Yeah, well, you know what? I like maximizing my organizational spaces. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, yes. For me, that is satisfying, and I don't have to take advantage of anyone. Okay, I'm at the point where I'm just talking shit, simply talking shit. Ooh, electric linears. Oh, and all the black electrostatics. Okay, that's a fun story. Maybe, to me. To me it is, to you it may not be. If you recall, electric holos, right? Remember these guys? Oh, still high quality formula. Classic, iconic, except RIP to Full Charge. Nobody liked her. Even though it was brought summer, the following summer, no, timing could not have been worse, but it is what it is, and I don't think it would have changed, to be honest. That's my hot take. But look at all of the prototypes I went through to make the black linear. Like, this is so dumb. I'm pretty sure the product developer wanted me to fire myself at this point. These are all different versions of black linear holo. And let me tell you, the challenge. The blacker you make a nail polish product, the more of the black pigment you use, the more you're gonna obscure other shit that's in it. That makes sense, right? Like, the more of a void you wanna create, the less you're gonna see if there's a mix in. For example, one coat black, super opaque, but there's nothing else in it other than just like hardcore black, dark pigment. If you want linear holo, or anything else really, to like be seen, you can't mix it with one coat black, because it'll just cover all the holo because it's so dark. So you have to balance being able to still see the holo with using black that's black enough, but not too black and opaque to obscure the holo. It really is a tricky balance. The other thing is, once you scale back on that black, you kind of have to decide undertone, because now you're like not really technically black, you're kind of dark gray. No matter how you look at it, I don't care. It is ultimately kind of still a dark gray. So do you go more brown? Do you go like as neutral as possible? Do you go slightly blue leaning? And here's something that maybe you didn't know, or maybe you did because I've told you and you're a good listener, so. Holo, linear holo in its purest form, shines all the rainbows, right? But it also dominates with its like cyan and blue colors in the rainbow. That tends to sometimes influence the overall color impression when you like step back and say, what color is this, when it's mixed with a color. So because it's like cyan and blue, parts of its rainbow sparkle sometimes take over, it can actually lean a little bit more cool. Stay with me now. So when you're making a black, if you're trying to complement and capitalize on the cyan, the known stronger cyan and blue parts of that rainbow linear graphic holo flare, then doing a slightly blue or purple undertone black will help you lift it, because it'll lift the color in the right same direction so that the black is on the same page as the holo. That doesn't mean you can't make like a warm tone black holo. I'm just saying, if your goal is to go for like maximum holo, it actually kind of makes sense to align the undertone slightly with the direction that the holo is gonna lean if you step back and you're like not in the best of holo lightings. So my logic at the time, are you still with me? Was to actually inject a little bit of slightly purplish blue leaning black to capitalize, to get the most holos possible without compromising on the darkness of the shade because I want it as dark as possible and not dark gray, but still be as hollow as possible. Okay, thank you. That was my long explanation for how we got to electrostatic. And I think she's so opaque too. Like she's basically a one coater. I just don't like to say that because, you know, you never know who's gonna sue you. But she is super opaque for a linear hollow, very full coverage for something that dark and that hollow. Yep. So if you've never tried our black linear hollow, electrostatic, vouch. There, Mac Attack. There you go, color theory, I find that fascinating. Waste of Space was a nice warmy black shade, yep. So that was part of like introducing other undertones of black. Electrostatic is so pretty. No, sorry, I'm focused on the lost swatch wheel on the shelf. The lost swatch wheel. Where are those? We haven't gotten to that shelf. I've pretty much made every creme one coater for me. Yeah, it depends on the thickness of applying. Some people can get to one coat. I just don't like to advertise everything as one coat for various user reasons, length of nails and allowing some flexibility in descriptions, we never say one coat, unless it's one coat black, okay. Okay, where do I put linears? I think I'm gonna keep them here with the other linears. Except, I don't know if they will fit because I have so many black linears. Oh, this is mint. Or wait, I already had them here. Oh my God. See, I did unbox some of them. Okay, so let me check. These are multi-chromes. This is electric linear and circuit breaker. Yes, okay, circuit breaker. So let's put electric linear up then. It's like Jenga. What's this? Oh, black linear. See, I'm gonna have to merge it over top of multi-chromes, but whatever. Hold on, I gotta get my tea, I need to sit. How are we doing? We're following? Are you cleaning? Are you organizing? What are you doing? Why was that such an interrogation? I'm the police, tell me what you're doing right now. Stop, drop, and type in the chat, please. Thank you. Laying in bed with my cats. That's a good one. Working, tea time. Organizing my office, painting my nails. That's allowed. Getting my clothes. Cuddling with cat. Finishing dishes, playing video games. And watching Simply Well. Oiling my nails. Sitting on my couch. Writing my college work. Cleaning the kitchen. At work. In bed. A lot of people are in bed or at work or cleaning. I guess that makes sense for most people's lives at any given time. Genius. Been sick? Yeah, people gotta stop being sick. You know, I'm gonna pass a law, I think, that there should be no more sicknesses allowed. What do you guys think? I think it's time that we pass legislation that bans illness. Would you vote for me? That and heated driveways. No, heated roads everywhere in a winter climate. Those are my two, that's the two things I stand on my platform. Welcome to Simply for Mayor. We are banning all sicknesses. There will never be any illness allowed ever again. And from here on out, all roads in which there are winter snow conditions will be heated. That means no snow on the road, no shoveling. I swear these are the most important things. You're sick too? Yeah, the germs do need to be governed. Like, we should send people to jail until they're better. I'm just kidding. We should just send the virus itself. Like, we gotta isolate the viruses and send those to jail. That's how it should be done. All right, what else? Ooh, are these Christmas glitters? The glitter lovers are gonna be excited. Okay, but first, maybe let's do Julien since I already have some right here. I see Julien, I see Christmas glitters, I see cremes. What's this? Who's voting for me? Are you voting for me from Australia? Perfect. Love that. Okay. Let me collect all the Juliens. And Julien stickers. Those boxes must be so heavy. Yeah, that's why I kick them around. I don't actually lift them up. I just kick them. You will pledge for my campaign? No, you gotta donate, not pledge. All right, here is Julien, Mr. Mustache himself. I don't think he'll mind. It's been a few years. And he knew exactly what he wanted. He was like, here's the palette. And I was like, perfect, let's go. And he knew he wanted mostly cremes with that great accent. Great, double, yeah. I think we spent the most time on the purple, the Twitch I'm Live, because if I'm remembering this correctly, like Twitch actually changed their logo at some point, and depending on whether you look at the Twitch like the other live streaming platform, depending on whether you look at their logo online or in real life printed merchandise, like there's actually some variance, right? And that makes sense. The same with David's Teal. There is a little bit of variance. That's just what happens. It's not gonna be the exact same Pantone as always intended, whether it's because it has to be like translated to an online code or a printing manufacturer is gonna read a little bit different. So similar to David's Teal, the Twitch purple was also like never exactly the same. And I don't even think they did the same thing as David's Teal where they publicly listed a Pantone. Like David's Tea has a public thing that's like their brand guide where they even like share that information, which I thought was cool. But I don't think Twitch ever did that. So it was really just like, what's the general vibe, you know? No trademark infringement intended. But yeah, here's a bunch of different purples. Trying the matte, you probably don't even notice the difference on this wheel. But it was a very specific, slightly desaturated indigo-ish purple that became I'm Live for Mr. Solomita. And where should I put him? So I put Sophia here, and I think let's put Julien right here, right? Put our collabs together, that makes sense. All right, so this is all Julien, right? Yes. Yes. Julien. Julien purple. Pre-shade names, Julien. And what are these? That's Party One purple. Okay, that's different. And I have some of his nail stickers too. Oh yeah, because we sampled stickers in different colors, right? Some of them didn't really work out. There was like a light green one. But I will keep them there. And is that all of the prototypes? I think, yeah, his was like actually quite easy. I mean, the packaging and everything, there was more complexities that made it interesting. But from a product development perspective, it was 4 cremes, and he was very confident in the color and like one specialty that he wanted to be like kind of slick, like not annoying glitter. So that's actually translates to easier to do. from a nail polish formula pigment perspective. Fake, is he even live right now? Yeah, probably not, because it's too early in California. Isn't it like 9 a.m. or something? All right, I also have Halloween in this same area, but just the Halloween cremes. Remember? Oh my gourd, resting witch face, and glow in the dark taco. Which we went through a lot of prototypes. I see only 4 here, but I know there's more. I think I put them over there. Glow in the dark taco is like not easy. That one, it sounds so simple. Oh, it's just a top coat and it's green and it glows. Sounds easy, Christine. No, it's not. It's also hard because the testing process isn't something you could just like paint and see immediately, right? Like I could paint on a creme on a wheel and be like, okay, I can observe the color immediately. The testing process for glow in the dark taco takes more time. You gotta try it over white to see it at its like full potential. You gotta see what it looks like with a 30-second light charge, and see what it looks like after not being directly charged by a light, but just like overnight. Like check your nails, is it still glowing? Is it a grainy application? Because I don't like it too grainy. So there's actually a lot of considerations for something like a glow in the dark taco. And there's a lot of variance in the types of pigments of glow in the dark taco. And I think some of it is personal preference. I'm gonna put these here. Like personally, I don't love glowing nail polishes in other pigments. Like if you put it in a glitter or a shimmer or something, because then what happens is you just see it like kind of speckle and look like white noise, unless you like that. But I like it just being like full glow. And the only way to really do that is to make it as a topper and paint it over white, and then it's like fucking glowing, like I'm ready to rave. If you mix in a glow in the dark pigment with literally any pigment that is a color that like takes away light, in theory, regardless of formula, glitter or whatever, then you're gonna get like a speckled look. Maybe you like the speckled look, again, this is just purely subjective, but you kind of lose glow power by cutting in other pigments. So personally, I've always liked the cleanness of taco on white so that you can do that max power. You can also put glow in the dark taco over something else if you want and don't mind that it's gonna subdue it a little bit, but that's just my opinion. Your cat won a ribbon at the cat show. This is great news. Absolutely amazing. Keep it up. Keep it up, cats. Get those ribbons. Where's my ribbon for organizing? Okay, here's light mode. RIP to encryption key. Like so pretty. What's wrong with you? And flash drive. Who's gonna go next? Everyone loves wireless mode. They're always confused. They're like, oh, what shade is that that's on the loyalty FAQ page? It's wireless mode. Light link is so pretty too. Everyone is wrong. I feel like sunset simulation is often overlooked as a really pretty kind of neutral, but yeah, sunset simulations is very nice. I'm just doing a little pitch for her. We had other shades, like here's like a weird green to pink one, but ultimately decided no one would buy it based on evidence. And you're gonna tell me I'm wrong, but I have too much data to argue with you. So you are wrong, actually. We have a problem. I would like to put light mode with multichrome, but I'm gonna have to do a little reorganization. Do you fit? Yes, it fits. No, over there. Summer electrics. You can go there. a little rejig. Perfect. Okay. Yeah. Tea sip time. Party One Purple. She's retiring after 3 years of partying too hard. The girl is finished. There was too many prototypes for her, like just an unnecessary amount. That was not a good time mentally. I remember that. Oh my Lord. Okay, let me pull her and then I will explain. Oh. Girl. All of this led to one prototype. This is all Party of One Purple. What the fuck? Someone do math. I forgot my multiplication tables because you know why? I don't need to know them anymore. Look at her. All this to get to one creme. 24 prototypes. Party of 24 to get to one creme decision. I think the problem with this one is that it was initially supposed to be released with the Life's a Beach collection. If you remember, this was like one of our first small 3 mini cremes. I have a picture. Here. I mean, a picture. I have this wheel, okay? Remember those? Yeah. That vibe. But I wasn't satisfied with the purple, and then it was release time. So I was like, okay, just skipped purple. We'll save her, we'll figure it out later, okay? And then we did figure it out later, but it was sometime later, and so she crashed the 3rd anniversary gala collection. That's why we called her Party of One Purple. But I think this particular pigment was just really tricky. There's something about, like, I don't understand the complete science of why. I just know from all the efforts and talking to like the chemists and product developers that this specific type of like light and bright but still saturated but still opaque purple is actually really tricky from a pigment perspective. And I've heard the same thing in makeup cosmetics. So if you've ever heard like, oh, purple eyeshadow, like bright purple eyeshadow, not dark or indigo purple eyeshadow, but like light, bright purple eyeshadow is hard to come by in a really good coverage capacity, right? Some brands, like you'll find it's kind of patchy or like it's just not perfect. So I think it kind of tracks. Not that it's exactly the same pigment, like there's different pigments that you might use in an eyeshadow than in a nail polish. But I think there's something there. Because I've heard and experienced in my own Simply Face Logical times, RIP to that period of my life, but I also felt the same when I like would buy like a bright purple eyeshadow and I'm like, why isn't it applying as nicely as the beige one? So yeah, it's just a thing. Same issue with glazes for ceramics. Okay, this is the purple pigment conspiracy. We are onto something. Well, RIP to Party One Purple. I think there's still a little bit of stock. I haven't checked today, so you tell me, is there still stock of Party One Purple? But she is retiring. No, where do I put her? There's so many of her, just for one nail polish. Okay, let's put her here. There's some crumbs here. Oh no, I can't fit 2. Okay, that doesn't make sense. Okay, hold on. It's a puzzle. Can I do it sideways? Yes, I can do it sideways. Okay, we can do that. Life is a puzzle. You just gotta figure it out. Life is a puzzle. I don't mind it all night long. Okay, I have some Halloween stragglers. Oh, this is just me like looking at all of our purples. I don't really need this. I feel like it's a waste of a wheel. Trying all the purples, the purple cremes. This was Resting Witch Face purple, which was different. So this was Halloween. And me testing all the glow in the dark tacos, which you can't tell, but that's what's on there. So let's put these guys here. And glow in the dark taco we'll also put here. Yes, yes. She is still in shock. Who? Me? What? Wow, there's so many bots in the chat today. What's going on? It's AI. I kind of think it would be fun to have an AI chatter. Maybe some of you are AI and I just don't know it. Just like a version of Stream Elements or Nightbot that just randomly says things associated with what it thinks the streamer is saying. Like it should be called like Stream AI chat or like AI chatter. So it's like clear, but I kind of think it would be funny as long as it's disclosed and you just like play with it. See, like what would an AI chatter react to things I'm saying? Would it make sense? Remember how there was always an AI summary? Is there still? I feel like they stopped that. What happened? Was it not accurate? I'm real. Your only customer that loves nature. Nicole's Garden, yeah. I mean, with a name like that. I think it's a matter of years. We will have something like that, yep. Yeah, I thought YouTube had a AI summary feature where it would like tell you what the chat is saying because it's reading the chat. But I'm wondering if we can have an AI bot chatter who just like randomly chimes in with a question, feedback, like contributing to the conversation that it thinks is appropriate. I'll tell you a secret, we're all AI. Yeah, we're fucked. Okay. More cremes, duct tape gray. Oh my God, classic, 2021. And what do you pink? And green screen, RIP. Okay, these are very old, very old. Where to put old cremes? I don't think I've even opened the main box of those. I feel like they should kind of go over here. Yes, okay, I have started some stuff. So here's crackle and glow. There's another glow. I gotta reorganize that. So let's do random old ass cremes here. I'm gonna label it random old ass cremes. And here is my birthday, 2023, double dare, okay? Double dare, I double dare you to tell me what you're doing right now. And favorite sister, RIP. She's not my favorite sister anymore. Yeah. Jen only had 2 prototypes because it was just that good. Double Dare had a lot more. That was just trying to figure out a balance of red to black multi-chrome with red reflective glitters with scattered hollow. There was a version that had linear in it, but it just looked too gray as a result of the silver, which is hollow. Fun fact. Birthday. I have my birthdays all in one place, right? Well, I did B-Day Magnetics there. So let's just keep them in the same place since I haven't unpacked any other birthdays yet. Cartons. I save all the cartons. Okay, favorite sister cartons. That one was easy. We just wanted as red as possible as you could print. These ones, I think, were less red. Double Dare, there was a lot though. Here, I will show you. Because I was very picky. Simply a picky lady. Look at all this. Was this necessary? No. Okay, these are all different. Yes, Every single one of these is technically a different gradient Pantone. And see, the problem is that all of these efforts until the last one were too desaturated. Even though the Pantone we were selecting and picking, here, if I angle it, you can see a little bit more. Even though the colors we were picking were like on par with the product, once you print them and then put holo over it, it kind of lightens it. So we were really struggling with like how to make it look like actually this. And not only is there color selection, there's also opacity selection for like how much ink do you want to print. So there's like little markings. Honestly, this is not my department. I don't know as much as this would be our creative director and packaging designer who knows way more about that. But there's like percentages listed on the back that are indications of whether it's like double or triple printed or the amount of holo put on top. So sometimes it's a combination of that and the Pantone selected that can really change how it looks. But yeah, you can see like I wanted something like this, like very clearly black and red, but a lot of the things we thought were gonna turn out that way were actually quite like paler looking in practice. So went through all of these to get one carton. It's a fan, yes. And I'm an air conditioner. You definitely learn a lot though from like trial and error and remembering like, oh, well, we did this with this. So I think we can apply similar logic if we want an equally saturated carton, but just a different color. Let's look back to what we did for Double Dare in terms of specs, you know what I mean? So you can definitely learn from these trials and errors, but sometimes you just need to try multiple things because you know just doing one would be a mistake and then you run out of time. So the strategy is almost usually to have different options, to have backup options. Because even if you didn't think it was gonna work and then it does, you're like, good thing we tried that because now we can move into production. The box makes the prettiest bookmarks. It is kind of a good bookmark. I should give it to Ben. Ben, do you need a bookmark? Okay, these were light mode wheels. This is painted. This is painted over black, so you can tell at the back. That's some of the light mode shades over black. So if you're like, wow, I want those ones, you probably have them. Just put your light mode shades over black. Okay, I think we've cleared the path to something some of you glitter bugs are gonna love. This was our 2021 Christmas Without the H glitter collection. RIP to the entire set. It's been, oh my God, it'll be 5 years this Christmas, right? No, 4. I can't do math. Simple math is hard. Oh, who remembers? Shouts out to people who actually purchase glitter and not just one color, but all of them. I appreciate you. I appreciate everyone who came out for the full, would have been this, Christmas Without the H collection. We had Choco Holo, Gold Play Button, Everything is Pine, Plum Luck, Naughty List, aka Jingle Hell, and Black Holo Wish. And now they're all resting in peace with the elves and Santa or whatever. Plum Luck was definitely the best seller from that, which makes sense. And that's like a good color. I kind of want to make that color again in another formula. Would you yell at me? Maybe. I might get yelled at. If people are like, it looks exactly the same as Plum Luck. And I'll be like, yeah, I did that on purpose because it's been 4 years, but it's a different formula. But I do think that color actually in a somewhat sparkly or shiny color is now a gap, to be honest. And it's just such a wearable color, to be honest. You should. Santa is dead. I mean, he's very much alive and real. To all the 8-year-olds watching, why are you here? I thought you all grew up. You're all 30. You're supposed to be 30-year-old ladies in your pajamas who don't smoke. What other statistics do we have? Statistically, chat is a 30-year-old lady who drinks tea. Well, that one was kind of half and half. That's a stretch. I'm reaching. Who wears pajamas, who doesn't smoke. Did we add anything onto that? Yeah, I know you're 41. Guys, I am joking, but here, let me explain. When you run on the data on the demographics, which just means like characteristics of a population, and you find the average of it, the average doesn't mean it effectively, properly summarizes everyone. It's just the average. So to kind of be funny, I just like pick the average of the statistics that we've determined apply to this audience and just call everyone that. Even though like obviously some of you are there, some of you are there. That's what the average means. Oh, you're 5'4". That's the other thing I forgot. Yes. So statistically speaking, on average, chat is a 30-year-old lady who is short, 5'4" to be exact, my height. Yeah, I'm not taller than you. Who wears their pajamas and doesn't smoke. Yeah. Even if that's not exactly you, come on, the vibes are pretty close. Like, does that not describe your general aesthetic and being, even if you're not exactly 30 years old? Or even a lady? Like, you can kind of still identify with the average of those statistics, right? It's just that's the vibe of the chat, statistically speaking. 25, but yeah, there you go. That is exactly me. That is actually me. Short, dirty, 30, and proud of it. Yeah, I forgot dirty. How often do you wash your hair? Chad doesn't wash their hair every day. Yep. There's another one. Okay, we got to keep stacking these averages, and we're just creating the profile of the average stream viewer. I'm not 30, so I'm not even the average statistic. I'm the average of everything else, though. So, I mean, I guess that makes sense because I'm leading this pack or whatever. I'm the influencer, I suppose. But on average, you are 6 years younger than me. The same height, though. We wear the same thing most of the time. And I also don't wash my hair daily. So everything else, I am. But I am older. Don't tell anyone. Someone the other day was just like we were joking about like, I don't know, walking upstairs or something. And they were like, what are you, 32? And I was like, yes. Yes, I am, sir. I am just a 32-year-old lady. What am I gonna do when I'm 40? Like, I don't align with saying that. Like, I'm just saying I'm a 30-year-old lady for like 10 years, you know what I mean? Because that's just, the midlife is not, that's not actually midlife, I know. But when you graduate from your wild 20s, you know, when you are 30, your mindset is kind of like, yeah, I'm done the wild part and now I'm in midlife, even though technically it isn't. I understand all the 50-year-olds who are correcting me right now. But there's just a certain energy about being 30, like you've went insane and then now you're like here. So I feel that energy. Like I feel like a 30-year-old lady. That's just what it is. I know, shouts out to Jenna for popularizing that sentence too. But there's just something about it that I feel like I'm just gonna keep identifying with. Who knows in 4 years when I'm actually 40, but I don't know. For now, I'm just a 30-year-old lady. What counts as midlife? I don't know. I mean, like, I'm sure there is a expert opinion on it according to the mortality age rate and for your gender, whatever. Women live longer than men, blah, blah, blah. Glitters go where? So I had Afterparty there, but these will not fit. I think I'm gonna put them on another shelf. Yeah, let's put glitters down here. So many glitters. I'll show you. I should just read your comments. I need a leisure suit. Oh, I found my leisure suit. So remember when Jenna did that video? Jenna Marbles did the leisure suit video. I bought a red wine leisure suit right after her. I was influenced. And it's in my other closet. I should wear it one day. It's just kind of hot to film in. We never know how to act our age. We've never been this old before, right? Yeah, this is true. It's a learning experience. I feel like I'm only now learning how to act 30, but it took me 6 years. You know what I mean? I need to see this. Oh, it's all the way upstairs. I'd have to go upstairs. Like I was just telling this person a few days ago, oh my God. It's so hard when you're 32. Yeah, okay. Here are the Holoday Glitters. Sorry for depriving you. These were actually very similar to what ended up being released. This ended up being released. These are all the prototypes. There's not even any other colors that weren't released, just slightly different variations of them, right? These are just more, or sorry, that's pink. I don't know why that's there. These are just more red because I painted them over a creme, to be clear. Which you could do too. Ben does not know where it is. Yellow glitters. Okay, so the gold had more variation, yeah. So here, let's let it focusy. So see the X there? That's gold play button. Yeah, we had very yellow ones, but then I, accurately predicted that that wouldn't sell well. People would just think it's like pea or something. So yeah, fun glitters. Why don't people like glitters? This is one data point that I have and have repeatedly collected over time and am still frustrated why people do this. Why are you like this? Here, actually I'm gonna do a poll. Sorry, you won't see me for a second while I go set it up. Glitter is life. Okay, I don't wanna bias you, don't vote just because it sounds like these people need help with votes. Here, okay, let me think about rephrasing the question. Okay, so the question is, would you buy a collection of chunky glitter polish? The answer is yes, I absolutely love. And be like, no, I don't like the removal process, okay? Or no, I don't like too much sparkle. Or like no for other reasons. And I know this isn't the most sophisticated poll. There might be an in-between of people who are just like, well, I want a few, but too bad, you have to choose. And the reason why I'm including different options for the no reason is because that's what I like more data on unpacking. So I've previously done this poll on Instagram with a pretty big respondent base. There's like, I don't know, like 80,000 people or something. My N was 80,000. StatsCan could never. That was after like a 24-hour poll. And we've also done this question in different versions of Holo Royalty surveys, whether it was a directly or indirectly asked question about people's interest in glitter. And anecdotally, or like executive similarly speaking, The reasons why I think people don't purchase glitter is predominantly because they fear removing it. There's just this big like moral panic around removing glitter, and we've offered a solution to that, peely base, just pop it off, right? So like there is no scrubbing. But I also appreciate that some people think that, well, they want it to stay on for as long as possible, so peely base is too good at removing it. So there just is no way of satisfying that type of customer, to be honest. Because even if there are ways to keep peely base on longer, it's just something that they've already decided, like, yeah, no, I don't want to have to fuss, right? So there's that group of people. And then there's also people who aren't into the super, super blingy. They like a little bit of sparkle. Like they do shop at Holo Taco. They like our shimmers. They like a holo topper. They like a crushed holo, like Holo Barista really speaks to them. But they're just like, you know what? I don't really care about big chunky glitters because it's too sparkly, or maybe they're not interested in like colors offering. So I think those are the two main reasons why people gravitate not towards glitters. It's also kind of like on the, hey, if nail polish tastes is a scale, okay, and you have like beige cremes or pink smoothing base over here, and you have like hot purple, chunky, sparkly glitter over here, most customers are gonna be like, I like everything up until the middle, right? And then you're gonna have a narrowing group of people who will go to the end of that scale. So that's just math. That's nail polish math for you. Okay, let's take a look at the poll. I'm just gonna sip my tea, give it one more minute. Thank you for responding. I'm collecting your data. This is market research. Everything you say can and will be held against you through the release of holo type collections in the future. This is a court of law and order. Also, you can just soak it off, yes. But people tend to not want to do that for the same reason. Like, it's because it requires effort and you have to do something different. They don't want to soak it off, I guess is my point. I know, yeah, and I wish more people would like just, like you could YouTube this in 2 seconds, how to remove glitter nail polish, and you'll get a ton of tutorials on this. But I think people just like don't like to think about it differently than a regular nail polish. Okay, let's look at the results. Sorry, I'm off screen in order to use my mousey. Would you buy a collection of chunky glitter polish? 70% of this chat right now, who I know is a biased population towards the most sparkle, because those people are always overrepresented in a Simply Prototypes organization stream chat. If I did this poll on a cottagecore Holo Taco release stream, it would be different. That's okay. I'm just explaining why I do think that 70% is overrepresented based on this particular group who's participating. But let's, like, what I want is really to drill down into those reasons. So 18% say no, and that's a big chunk of people. That's 1 in 5 people in this chat saying no, I wouldn't wear glitter polish because I don't like removing it. Irrespective of us just explaining 2 easy ways to remove it. 5% say no, I don't like too much sparkle, and that's okay. There's gonna be people who are like, I don't wanna go to that end of the scale. And 7% just say no for other reasons. Oh, okay, what are the other reasons that have nothing to do with glitter removal or the blinginess? Okay, everyone else be quiet. Be quiet, let the 7% speak. What are the other reasons why you wouldn't be interested in a full chunky glitter collection? I'm learning. This is simply stealing your data time. I'm gonna put glitter on for spite now. Sensory, okay. I think you could probably categorize that under I don't like chunky sparkly things. I'm broke, okay, but that, I guess I should have rephrased the question, like, if you could order it, would you? Like, would you still like it? Makes my nails look so tall. Not enough colors I like. Maybe the 7% was a dress code issue. So I would have expected those people to just select, they don't want that much sparkle, because to me that's kind of akin to some dress codes. I love the HOLO glitters, we'll continue to use, but they don't last as long. That is normal for any chunky glitter because they're like larger pieces of pigment. And so from a physics perspective, it kind of makes sense that when you stick large pieces of pigment, they're more likely to stick together and pop off together. So actually the finer the pigment, the less likely it is to pop off together. The larger the pigments, the more likely. It's kind of like a roof. Actually, I am not a builder. I don't know if this makes any sense. But like if you use like larger pieces of something, like maybe they'll pop more. Okay, maybe this doesn't make sense. In arts and crafts, it makes sense. Maybe not in construction. Chips easily, so that goes to the same reason I was just explaining. I didn't go to fancy enough events for big blings. Yeah. Don't like the texture. Okay, so there's just some people who just don't like sparkle or texture. But that's kind of the definition of a chunky glitter, is it's gonna be a bit textured and sparkly. Like that's the point. So there is no solving for those customers who aren't interested, I guess is my point. There is no converting the 20%. Well, I do think we can convert, sorry, the 30%. I think we can convert some of the 18% to ease them about the removal process. Whether it's peely base or the soak off method, teach them. But I don't think you're gonna get all those people because some people are like, I don't wanna have to learn anything new. I just don't wanna have to deal. That's it, too bad, not listening. But the other 5 plus 7%, I don't think you can convert those people because they have just decided the sparkle, the texture, just the inherent existence of glitter at all is not something that interests them. And that's okay. That is okay. I'm just providing some context behind when people ask me, why don't you release glitter every launch or something? Like, this is why. And when we have released glitter, even seasonally, and I say even seasonally because when you release something seasonally or limited edition, it does tend to increase the amount of people who are interested in purchasing. But even irrespective of saying something is seasonal or it's on its last launch, the glitters generally don't sell as well when you compare it to any other product formula category, almost, that have the same sale parameters around it. And I know that's, some of you like refuse to believe me. I've seen your comments in Discord or arguing in the comments of these videos or shorts. You're like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, no, it does. And we just got some reasons why. Now, that doesn't mean, do not be confused, chat. That doesn't mean, therefore, simply never release glitter. It just means maybe we gotta take a step back from when I was releasing like a lot of glitters and start to explore other formula categories that solve for some of those no's that we just saw, like easy to remove. Crush Holo, very easy to remove, but also sparkly, right? So that's a good one. And also making sure we're doing more mixed collections. We throw in a glitter, like inside job, you know, here and there. But yeah, good data to have, and just generally a principle of doing things differently, offering things for different people. And spoiler, I will do another glitter collection at some point. Already planning it. But I just wanted to give some context for the glitter loyalists who are like, where is it right now? You gotta wait your turn. Okay, I didn't even announce. Box number 2, done. Get in the box. Get in the box. Look at that, we're so productive. That box is for Menchie to play in now. Okay. This is bothering me. What is this? This has been like in a holding pattern. Random existential crisis. which I am having on a daily basis these days. You could make that joke like every day since 2020. That you're having an existential crisis. Unfortunately, we can make that joke for every day for the last 5 years. Yes, I know. Okay, these are random cremes from the Pastel collection. Right here, easy. The first Pastel, or the Pastel and Don't Tell. This is Crackle. Thank you for exploring formulas and mixed collections. You are welcome. Hey, we're not haters, we just don't like glitter. All Holo Taco people lovers, not haters. Yeah, I didn't say you're haters. Did the glitter lovers call you haters? I was mostly speaking to the people who campaign for glitter, who are mad at me for not doing more glitter. Existential crisis is what I wore to my first therapy session. How fitting. Statistically, we are glitter lovers here. That is true, except I know too much. I have too much data from source of Holo Taco, and I know that overall the customer base is not. But I still hope, and I am gonna make more glitter, so I don't always care. If I only follow what the majority say, then all we would do is release purple crushed holos and purple linear holos. And that's it. Maybe a little bit of teal, but that's it. Okay, Crackle can go here with Halloween. These are all empty boxes. That's Cat Clock. What's this? Random cremes? Oh my god, there's 0 label on this. What the? Must be old. This literally says unicorn blue, which became scientific. There's not even any labels on this. This is crazy. This must be so old. Yeah, these are old. 2020? Okay, that one has a label. Oh, that's multi-chrome. How'd you get over here, boy? Okay, you're gonna go there. Oh, another multi-chrome. And these are all just really old crumbs that have poor labeling. Almost begs the question of like, why do I keep these? I think I can fit them over here. Yeah, okay, let's do this. And why don't I do this? And this. And this. Okay. Your linears are so good, thank you. They are your babies. I know all of them are my babies. Did we get a Simply home tour? No, I would never do one. I've never done a home tour, if you haven't noticed that, unless I was moving out. I don't understand why okay, I'm not very famous, but whatever. I don't understand why famous people do full home tours while they live there, to be honest. Like, I don't get it. Like, it's kind of potentially irresponsible for your safety. But that's just me. Maybe they don't care because they have 87 security guards outside at all times. I don't know. But I just like wouldn't even want to take the risk to show off. Okay, but do they not care about safety? Maybe not. They don't live there usually? Okay, yeah, maybe. They don't live there usually. Where do they live then? What? But even if they don't live there usually, doesn't that just give potential information about the entry and exit points for when they're not home? And it's like easier to go rob them? I don't know. They have multiple homes. They rent homes. I like AD tours, Architectural Digest tours, because I love seeing the styles of home. I agree too, and I've watched them. And I think people I do think people just prioritize like, well, I want to show off my home because I put a lot of effort and money and style and whatever into it. And if they are a content creator, then they are monetizing it, so they're also profiting off of showing it. But I've just personally never even thought twice about doing like a full-fledged home tour while I live somewhere, just out of a abundance of caution for not wanting to show the internet entry and exit points, and they could basically deduce a map of where I live. Like, why would I do that? I don't know. And I don't even have like a lot of people after me. Let's be real, you know, thankfully you guys are not like that. But there's other people who have people after them and they still post their home, and like you could see their front door, like, what are you doing? I don't know. It's probably because I'm just hyper averse, or what's the word I'm looking for? Like, I'm just overly vigilant and grew up in criminology. Like, there's also a good chance nothing would happen, even if I did a home tour, right? I just prefer to avoid the risk. Like, why would I do that to myself? At the same time, I get why you are interested. And there's some things that you see, like you've seen this entire room. So if you watch my Snapchat, you've seen the gym. You've seen me in my like kind of makeup area where I don't do makeup, but I just do my hair. So you've maybe seen some of the kitchen, but like, yeah, you'll never see me filming like outside my house or my doors. Like that, like I actively don't do that on purpose, right? Anyone who watches true crime understands your paranoia. Yeah. I don't think like I'm like overly paranoid. I just think it's just the responsible decision as someone who is just aware that, yeah, you just never know if there's someone on the internet who's like mapping out your house and posting it on Reddit. And it's just like, just in case anyone wants, here's the map. Like, okay. I like when creators share the spaces they use on camera. Yes, I think that's fun too. Like, I've always given you behind the scenes of my swatching room, my nail polish room, building the shelves. This right here is like a behind the scenes. These are all multi-chromes. Why am I holding them? This is a behind the scenes because this isn't my main area. And I'm happy to show you this. Oh, more existential crisis. And I just, like, I'm also not perfect, right? Like, I've definitely made mistakes where I'm like, oh, I probably shouldn't have shared that. And sometimes you learn, like, oh my God, wanna know the dumbest thing I ever did? It's fine now because it was so long ago. But in 2014, Ben built me shelves, remember? But then when I was moving out of my condo, if you remember Simply in the Condo life, I need my tea for this. This was one of Simply's stupidest moments, but it's okay because it's been like 10 years, so I'm allowed to reflect on myself in this manner. So we lived in the condo, and Ben built my nail polish shelves way back when. And then we were moving out of the condo. No, sorry, that was later. No, this wasn't even when we were moving out. Okay, sorry, I'm getting my own story wrong. He built the nail polish shelves, but he built one of them wrong, right? Because it had like one extra or one less shelf. So it didn't match the other shelves that he had made. So when you held it up to the shelf beside, it was like the shelves were off. And it wasn't something from IKEA you could just deconstruct and redo or whatever. Like, it was just basically ruined at that point. So I did a giveaway where I was like, I don't need this shelf Ben built because we have to redo it. But it's still a perfectly good shelf. So let's do a giveaway. So I picked someone who won my shelf and then like gave her my address, obviously, to like come pick it up. And I guess I was just so trusting too. And nothing bad happened, to be clear. Like it was a young girl with her father, and they drove like a couple hours, like from a few hours away. Yeah, and they were totally sweet, and it was super fine. They came inside the condo and pick up the shelf, and this was in like, must have been 2015. But reflecting on that later, like you should not do that. You should not give someone your address. As trusting as you are, like it's a subscriber, like you never know, because also people who might have entered that giveaway might have been doing it for deceptive reasons, like literally like I just want to win so I can go to her house and glean other information, right? Not just like they wanted my shelf. So nothing happened, and the winner was very sweet, but after doing that, I thought about it and I was like, yeah, I should probably never do that. And there was a better way to do a giveaway of my shelf. Like I could have picked another location and just driven to the Tim Hortons or something. Like that would have been so much smarter. I don't know. But I guess I was trying to make it convenient for the person who was picking up the shelf and for me to like, I don't know, not have to drag it out. So yeah, that's something I did, which you should not do as a somewhat famous person on the internet. Now, I know a lot of people basically do exactly what I just did on Facebook Marketplace all the time to sell things. That's a very common practice. It's not something I can participate in for like the privacy reason, because the last thing I want is people sharing that. But yeah, what I explained was a common practice that happens all the time on Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, whatever. But the difference was I had 1 million subscribers on Instagram and invited someone I had no idea to my home. So don't do that, okay? If you have any following, I don't think you should do that. Not that anything happened, I have no bad story outcome to tell. It's just not a smart decision. It was not a simply smart moment of mine, but that's okay. I learned even though nothing bad happened. And I hope that girl is still enjoying her shelf. You know what? Even if she's not, if she's like, it's been 10 years, this is a piece of junk, I respect that too. It's okay. She was very kind, and so was her dad, because I think she was like 15. Yeah. That is a good way to learn that lesson, thankfully for me, yes. Okay, well, I'm glad that it was a more positive story. Okay, Menchie. Guys, it's Menchie, one of an early Menchie prototype. Menchie, Zyler. What is this? Chameleon coat? Chameleon coat? Yeah, that's her. She's not in very good shape. Blue Ain't Slick, OG Proto, RIP. What is this? It just says B-Day. Oh yeah, oh my God, I forgot about this. The year is 2021. I couldn't decide what to do for my birthday for Existential Crisis, and I had some baby pink things made, right? Or was it in the Got Cake era? No, it would have been the next year. Yeah, so it's Existential Crisis. But then I realized, like, I'm not a light pink girly, at least not for my second year birthday. So one of these is actually a pink linear, which reminds me of toe beans. Yeah, so ultimately I went with the direction of Existential Crisis, which was much more fitting to me in reflecting on my second year birthday polish. But yeah, I remember now that I was like, oh, let's also see some light pink, I don't know. But I didn't, but that's okay. We got toe beans that I do think kind of incidentally revived this. I don't think I've unpacked the original Cat's Glitters. Oh wait, here's 3 Zylers. Okay, so they're just lone and by themselves. So let's give them their own box. See, there's still more boxes, but I'm slowly starting to compartmentalize and organize and put all the pieces together, which will be so satisfying when everything is in the right place. Oh, and these wheels I had randomly thrown there because I didn't know what to do with them, but now I find the glitters that we just unpacked and some random everything is pines just sitting here can now be placed with their proper families. I love finding the families. There you go. You get tucked in right there. These are Declassified. First edition. Perfect. These are still some random cremes. We'll get there. What's this? What the fuck is this? Fall cremes? Oh, that's easy. I'm over brew. See y'all later, chai. Can I get the shelves, but with the nail polish? I would have to charge you for that. Matcha Maker, RAP. And Silver Flake tacos that got denied. Because they were just too like dirty. This was during the tea prototyping. Yeah, the pigment was just not right. So we went with a gold one, obviously gold flake taco, as you know. There was a finer gold topper too, but we just thought the gold flake was more exciting. Where do I put those? So I've down to earth here. It does kind of feel like it should go somewhere here. So here, let's do this. This is, here's the eventual better silver flake taco. You can tell that one's actually like bright, brilliant silver. That's red flake taco. Had them all on this wheel. I don't know where the rest of those prototypes are. I just have the wheel. So I feel like that one I'm gonna have to figure out where to put her. Make more flake tacos. What colors? It's not always possible in every color you want, in the size you want, to be consistent. But you can try and make suggestions. Purple? Let me guess, is that royalty saying purple? Wow, what a shocking turn of events. They want purple. Okay, this was Existential Crisis. What was this? B-Day 2021. Oh. Other versions of B-Day 2021. Can you believe I didn't go with this? It's like a teal with like a purple shimmer. That's pretty. Damn it. That one's kind of weird. It's got like mixed flakes in it. But yeah, I had, actually this one's kind of similar to the March, maybe a little more saturated between Hydropower and Happily Ever Aqua. But these are prototypes also for my birthday 2021 instead of Existential Crisis. I guess I had baby pink and like a baby turquoise. What is this? It's 2021. Prototyped in May of 2021 for B-Day. Okay, that one's cool. I should have released this one. This is basically a purplish version of Existential Crisis. But I went with the like red, which I think it was the right choice because I was like, yeah. It is kind of a peacock polish. Yeah, I'll have to find like a place for something like that because I do agree it should exist somewhere. It's just hard to pick only one. You can appreciate it, right? Okay, let's put you here. Let's put all the birthdays here. Why is this on the floor? Oh, forgot this. Okay, this was from, I already showed you this. This was the pink versions of B-Day that never were. It's kind of helpful for me to like remember these because I honestly forgot about those. It's too many prototypes to keep in my active memory, you know what I mean? It didn't imprint on me. So it is a good refresher to be like, oh yeah, that could be nice. But then I have to find out where to put it. And the calendar is often like so set. And it's tougher when you have, it's tough, like it's hard, okay. It's trickier, it's more of a puzzle when you know, for example, you're doing a collection of all the same formula for this launch, then you can't throw in something like that, even if you tried, right? But maybe between those universal formula launches, there's like a anything goes formula launch. So maybe there's an opportunity to sneak one in there if it's still under development, but does it match the already determined theme, which we're trying to really hard, if you haven't noticed, thank you for noticing, in the last year or so of releases, like a really solid anchor theme. So it has to work. I can't just shove it in there if it doesn't work. So it is getting trickier to like force something in. I can't just like throw it in. Like if it has to work, it has to make sense. The formula has to whatever, blah, blah, blah. I'm a little late. I'll have to go back and see all the colors and hints I missed. Any hints for a future launch? You'll have to ask the Holo Taco detectives. I'm sure they've transcribed everything I've said to date. Whether their conclusions are correct is only for me to know. But, you know, I appreciate the efforts. This is Crackle. There's just a bunch of them right here, and I'm worried this is gonna fall, so that's not good. We're not gonna do that, no. Let me take these out. There we go. Okay, these are all empty. These are all empty, woohoo! We have cleaned up, we have put away everything on the shelf that is out in the open. There's still another whole box, but we'll save that for part 17, or I guess part 4. It's not that far. I made a swatch binder of all, hold on, I missed it. I made a swatch binder of all Holo Taco releases in order. Maybe consider one for prototypes. We are cooking today? Yeah, we're cooking all the prototypes. This one fell off. It looks like a peely, but it just popped. Good job, everyone. Nice and organized. Just some extra boxes that I will keep on hand for subsequent things that need to be added. See, let me just read what this is. This is HT Protos 2019-20, and if I take a quick look, I can see Got Cake, Frozen Bananas. Oh wait. I actually need this for undisclosed reasons. I was looking for a Frozen Bananas carton for no reason at all. I just need that. I'm sorry about my question. I'm genuinely curious in how you decorate. I'm a mom, so I understand important safety. Safety, what? Okay. Oh, for your children, I guess? Duh. Okay. I don't really decorate. I like the idea of decorating. I love, or have loved decorating shows. And when I got to design my studio and like pick, I don't know, the color of my chair or something, like that's fun. But I feel like I just don't have the bandwidth to put into house decorating like I would if I had less jobs or just like more time. And I say that as I also understand that like if you want to make time for something, you can make time for things. You know what I mean? You just sacrifice other things. I guess I'm just not willing to sacrifice the other things that I do in my spare time or not spare time. But I love the idea of decorating. I just like don't spend a few hours like at Home Goods or whatever doing it. Occasionally, if I need props for videos, then like, yeah, I kind of maybe find something. I'm like, oh, I like this little pot. Maybe we should get that for our kitchen. But it's not well thought through enough. So I don't think I am a model for house decorating, to be honest. Yeah, I'm sorry. In our last house, we didn't hang one piece of art in the whole house. They're just white walls everywhere. I'm a nail decorator, yeah. Any magnetics in the next year, specifically where the magnetic pigment is a different color than the base, like Cool Cat Mom? I'm looking into it. There are some challenges with doing that, and I can't speak to what other people choose to do, but it is something I am exploring the viability. Menchie, come here. Guess who's here to visit you? Come here. Up. Up. Come on, puppy. She's thinking about it. Menchie. Up. I might have to pick her up. She's kind of dumb. Oh, hello, baby. Say hi to chat. Look. Yeah. Thank you for coming. You gonna help organize? Ooh, you're all shocky. I gotta de-shock you or whatever, touch wood or whatever you're supposed to do. Look at this little baby. Don't jump on the shelves. She likes to climb up random step ladders. Don't eat that. That's the random nail peeling. Hi. See, I'm a mother too. Hi, baby girl. Did you see your prototypes? Yeah. The color of your eyes for Menchie Cat Eye. All right, well, thank you for joining me. Thank you for allowing me to continue to unpack for the rest of my life. I much appreciate the company because I haven't done any of this unpacking without you guys. Like I literally did none of my nail polish unpacking and organizing or prototypes unless I was doing it with you. It makes it a lot easier. Like, yeah, maybe it's slower because I talk too much, but it makes it kind of fun, right, Mench? To just tell stories and cozy unpacking like a video game, but in real life. Look at her sitting. She's so sweet. I love cats. All right, next stream is gaming. This is a fun one. It's kind of a random one. There's no story to it, so you can hop in at any time, but it's called, wait, what is it called? Fuck. Clean power wash, not power washer. Crime scene cleaner. Where we literally just clean up crime scenes after like murders have been committed, and we're the cleaner. We gotta find the bodies, we gotta dispose of the evidence. It's like a task simulator where you're just cleaning, which I find funny because cleaning is another form of organizing. So it's kind of like doing this, but in a video game, but with fake murders and mob bosses. Right, Menchie? You gotta clean up after all the crimes. It's the criminal justice background in me. Okay, I just love the idea of cleaning crime scenes. Good girl. We don't want to implicate you in anything though. You're not gonna be an accessory after the cat. All right. Thank you to the mods, to the Menchie gang, and I hope everyone has a wonderful, cozy rest of your weekend. Whether you're productive or you're just sitting in bed with your cat. make sure to give them pets. And she says hi. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see y'all later. Bye. I'll leave you with Menchie for a few seconds because she's just so cute.